So your first album dropped, what is it, 16 years ago now, something like that.
Exactly.
In '91. What's changed? I mean, what's changed about the game that you're part of now? Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, no, okay, no, I'll leave the question there. What's changed? What you have to do?
You could go into that, and we could talk for hours about what's different about last year in hip hop or 5 years ago, not alone, 15, 16 years ago in hip hop. I mean, the immediate thing that comes to mind is how accessible the music is by the nature of the technology. Mm-hmm. Not even from, you could just talk about that for an hour, not even from an artistic level or artist level or what music sounds like or what region is really popular right now. One of the main things is, in that time, we've went from vinyl mm-hmm. to CDs, and now, they're trying to do away with CDs even.
And CDs are done, man. We're not going to have CDs in our radio station anymore pretty soon.
There you have it. That being said, thus the way you promote records is going to be different, so that's the major difference that I see. I mean, the record industry has taken a big hit in terms of sales because, everybody has a computer and you could just download music that way, and I think, we got to grow with it. You can't stop technology from moving forward.
Yeah, it's interesting that when you talk about like the difference in the industry now, you're focusing on the ways that promoting is different and the ways that sales are different. And that's funny to hear a little bit because, I mean, you don't talk about how the music is different. And, I mean, it sounds like, the industrial, I guess, an artist is having a business too, and you got to focus on the business side of things.
Yeah, but, it's not even split. I mean, it's funny how one thing affects another thing. Uh-huh. If we just stay focused on the digital side of things, we were talking about with Serato and mm-hmm. CDJs and things of that nature. Producers don't even learn the history of how a record was produced or who was on the record because you're downloading it. Uh-huh. Therefore, when you're just grabbing music offline and you're not really paying attention to how it's produced, the music doesn't have the same type of character and mm-hmm. care that it did when you had cats like having to dig for like 5 mm-hmm. different records to find a horn sample and mm-hmm. to build a chorus or whatever. So it's just different in that regard. And I mean, the natural progression of music and creativity itself is like a pendulum. It swings to the south, and it swings to the west, and then it comes back again, and that's all good to me. So, so it is what it is.
You produced a lot of your own stuff. You, as Organized Confusion, did a lot of that production too, right? And you produced, like Simon Says you were just saying a second ago, right?
Right.
So were you digging for those records in those days? Were you like doing DJ stuff before?
I mean, it was the natural thing in hip hop to do. Like, you either played or you learned how to put samples together. Mm-hmm. And collecting records, naturally gave you the sensibility of who produced what records, who featured on what records, yeah, right. And you looked at liner notes. And I'm saying again, that's what's lost now, even with hip hop. Nobody really, the average fan doesn't really care who produced what record on a mm-hmm. on a 50 Cent record. It just sounds good. They have it on their iPod and that's it.
Yeah.